Jonathan,
Hey.
how much do I love you, dude?
Oh, no, I appreciate that. Do I look ex-
Like,
do I look extra like I just woke up?
you do, but no, you're handsome as always. You're good.
I'll
You are
take it.
good. First of all, thank you for doing this early morning interview because I know you had an event or something last night, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. We raised some good money. I'm giving out scholarships for this nonprofit that I'm in that I organize. It's called Elihu Nation. We give out college scholarships. We do events and stuff like that. So yeah, this was
Yes.
to raise awareness and money for that.
I love it, man. Such a philanthropist, such a major artist. You're so amazing. I was at the concert the other night, Jonathan, and I'm still singing "This Is Your World." I'm just
Hey,
living in it.
come on.
Hey, I'm just walking through it. That is
Hey,
my song. When I tell you, that's like my favorite song right now. Seriously. And that song is one of those songs that you can play on any radio station. Doesn't necessarily have to be gospel.
hey,
I'm seeing we can get that on V103 real soon. Seriously, it's such a happy song. I love it.
you. I appreciate that. No, that's the plan. So yeah, do what you gotta do. Make all the calls and type all the things. And
I definitely will. So proud of you, man. I mean, you just have to be on cloud nine after the concert the other night and all of the love that you received from Chicago. You are Chicago's very own, and you're just amazing. And the growth. I mean, I've been interviewing you over the years since the beginning. When I was doing radio for Moody and just here at V103. And I'm just so very proud of you and your accomplishments. We talking Grammys, we talking Stellas, we talking Dove Awards, we talking all kinds of awards and stuff. So kudos to you, man. You are making Chicago very, very proud.
that means the world to me. For real. Thank you.
So the music tip, you just dropped Your World, which is amazing. Everybody's talking about it. It is such a vibe. I was talking to Kiki. She's a jock over on GCI, and we were both like, that song is everything, everything. How do you come up with the concepts when you do your music?
I feel like they come up with themselves. I mean, it's just, life, and uh I really can't even tell you like how this one came up. It's just sometimes you just go through life, and I'm honestly at a point in my life, um, maybe it's getting older, where you're starting to relinquish control. I mean, I
Mhm.
feel like, at some point you start taking control, and I'm about to do this, and I want to do this, and I want to do that. And then at a certain point in your life, you realize, I mean, I can work as hard as I can. I can handle what I have as best as I can. But ultimately, all of this stuff is really up to God, and it's His world. We're living in it.
At the
And
end of the day.
yeah, and so that actually, for somebody like me who overthinks, overplans, overworks, that kind of takes some of the pressure off, to know that there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
Um, it's really on God. I've always heard His will is His bill. So I mean, I mean, so it's like, um, you definitely have heard that saying before, and sometimes it's not even used, in the way. I mean, sometimes I just look at somebody funny and be like, okay, it's your world. I'm just living. I'm saying, but I mean, it could have been somebody said that in a moment, and it really just clicked in a different way for me.
Mhm.
Um, that we really are. Sometimes, we grow up and we feel like we're the center of everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm the sun, and everything else and everybody else is just revolving around me. So everything needs to capitulate to my plan. I see all the memes. We're kind of a narcissistic generation where, it's all about me. It's all about how I feel. It's all about how I think. I want
Yep.
everybody to feel the same way or accept my feeling or whatever. And some of that is fine. But at the end of the day, if that infects your thinking about life in general,
Mhm.
you might be in trouble, and you might be disappointed, because life wasn't set up for your plans to work. Life was set up for God's plans to work. And
Yeah.
so, that's just where I am. That's just where I am.
Yeah, yeah, that's so real, man. What was it like just hanging out and being on, the shows, the tour with Maverick City and Kirk, and just being a part of that whole kingdom ministry. I mean, it's got to be so refreshing to be able to spread the joy and the gospel of Jesus to literally hundreds of thousands of people around the world, all colors, all socioeconomic backgrounds, all genders. Like, what is that feeling like?
No, it was amazing. It was a movie every night. I mean, it's one thing, to go to the Atlantas and the Chicagos and the DCs, but then when you find yourself in the middle of Rogers, Arkansas, and
Oh,
you know what I'm saying, the places where, honestly, gospel doesn't even go very often because gospel is normally pretty black. And, to go in these places that are 80, 90% sometimes white, or Hispanic or something else, it's just always, it was very interesting for me. And I think, you know what, it kind of healed some stuff in me a little bit.
okay.
The past few years have been terrible for just particularly racial unity in the
Oh,
church. Just watching all the craziness that happened, previous administration, everything it's been a little weird. And so what I saw though was a lot of people who were genuinely interested and genuinely excited about how we do it, how we
mm,
do Jesus, how we respond, how we sing, how we worship, how we praise, how we jump and dance, how we do all of that. And I just thought that was so beautiful. And so kudos to Kurt, kudos to Mav for really bridging some gaps and uh, helping the other side see the other
yeah,
side. And
yeah.
that's,
And I
yeah.
go ahead.
No, I'm saying that's always going to help is when we can humanize each other. It's one thing to talk about each other when we don't see each other. It's different when you finally see somebody in the room, in the flesh. That changes the way you approach your perspective about them.
Yeah, I where I was sitting, just about maybe 10, 12 rows from the stage, it was just a variety of people. I mean, different races, different ages. I saw Asian people, I saw white people, I saw Hispanic people, I saw people of Middle Eastern descent. And I was just like, man, look at God, how amazing this is. We are all God's children at the end of the day. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter what the color of your skin is, how much money you make a year. At the end of the day, He loves us all unconditionally. And it was just so refreshing to see that because, as you mentioned, all the racial issues and all the violence and all the things that we have been seeing for the last couple of years. So it was a beautiful thing, people raising their hands, praising God, and just having a good time. We were all one, and I just wish we could see more of that. Something about praise and worship music. Now my father is a pastor. My mother, bless her soul, was an evangelist. All of my siblings have graduated from seminary, so,
Uh,
I'm not
what-
new to the whole faith piece, but I was saying that to say there's something about praise and worship music, Jonathan. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love traditional. I love all that other contemporary, but praise and worship, man, something about it. And you do it so well.
Thank you. No, I think it's just that style of music. And I guess I sometimes cover a few different sides, so I never know how people actually see me. They look at me as contemporary, they look at me as church, they look at me as worship. But I love obviously them all, and they've all spoken to me in some way. So I try to draw different elements. Sometimes it's just sit down and listen. Sometimes it's get
Yeah.
up. But at the end of the day, I think that the worship music movement is very important right now because it does require everybody that came out to sing together and
Mhm.
be one body. And I think again, like we tend to, if you understand the church as a body, you understand that no matter if you are black, white, rich, poor, whatever it is, you are somewhere in this body. And sometimes I think we feel like I don't know what y'all doing over there. It's almost like three or four different bodies, and we like Jesus body, but we don't like that Jesus body over there. And I think worship music is one of those things that it requires the hands to work with the feet, and it
Yeah.
requires the heart to work with the lungs. And everybody sing this song together. And so I think it's been beautiful. It's been a very normalizing event. And we've watched a lot of people across the country feel like once again connected to the straight up body of Christ, and all its craziness and all of its uniqueness and diversity. And it's just been beautiful.
And one thing I do love about you is your humility. Ever since I've known you, it's been some years now. Your humility, it's just amazing. And it's good to see. When Kirk gave you all those props on stage, like Kirk Franklin, like he's like the epitome of the gospel artist. Kirk Franklin gave you all that love on stage, and then Chicago gave you some more love, standing ovations, all of that. You got to tell me what that moment felt like for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. You know, I this has been 36 days, and I'll just be really honest, 36 date tour in 67 days. So 36 dates in 67 days. So that's basically singing every other day, more than singing every other, all summer. And so, everybody's tired, everybody's wiped out. And I honestly told Kirk and Chandler and a few other people in Maverick, hey, after my set, I'm probably gonna go under a bed somewhere. And they were like, no, please stick around. And I was like, nah, don't worry about it. They're like, no, we want to honor you. I was like, nah, that's scary. I'm nobody's goat. I'm not perfect. It's all good. It's all good. But no, they were insistent. Just very insistent. I wish I could tell you how insistent they were. Very
I'm
insistent
sure
that I got. And so no, it's beautiful, man. At the end of the day, Kirk is like a big brother or uncle, and Mav, they're all brothers and sisters. And so I think sometimes that gets lost. It looks like it's just artist to artist. No, that's family to family. And we would do the same and have done the same for each other. And so it's just really, it was really dope to watch them extend that love back to me. And then, yeah, Chicago, this is not the city for gas. Okay, this is not the city that's just gonna start screaming just because. Like, no,
right.
we are going. Our applause is expensive,
Okay.
And so no, it means the world to me because Chicago ain't just about to stand up and clap and scream just because. No,
Nope.
we think about it.
Chi-Town, boy. If they love you in Chi-Town, you must be doing something right.
Man, we distribute our love with care, with caution. And so
Yes.
no, it's absolutely amazing. Even after my set, I was like, man, okay, Chicago, all right, I appreciate that. That felt good. And so, I love it. And it totally means so much. It absolutely means so much more than any other city when Chicago represents and they support. It's a game changer for me, my heart, my spirit, my psyche, my mood, and everybody in the bands as well. And so now we appreciate it.
Yeah, well deserved. But how you gonna go get under a bed in your own hometown, man, after your set? You can't do that.
Listen, let me tell you, it's a grind. And that's one thing that people don't understand is tour is not like a luxurious thing where we magic carpet ride our way to all these stages and then we just sing happily and get applause and get love. I mean, there is some of that, but there's a lot in between. There's a lot of life in between. There's a lot of sacrifice in between, a lot of loneliness in between, a lot of separation from families, a lot of whole bunch of stuff. And so sometimes all we have to rely on is God and each other. Yeah. It's just one of those things where I was very much excited that it was all finally coming back to my home bed.
Yes, I know that feeling, bro. I know it. Yes. So, okay, so you just dropped your world. What other projects do you have cooking up? Because I know you're always going to be doing something.
Actually on the tour. So a lot of times after my set, particularly during the first half of the tour, I would go back to my trailer, my RV, and I would set up a mic, do what I had to do, and work on this album. And I will say that I am pretty much finished with this album. Now, unless I think of some other songs
Already?
Yeah, I finished the album. And
Oh
so
my.
now it's just about deciding when is a good time to put it out. But I mean, when I went to Detroit, you know, I had Bishop Marvin Winans jump on the RV and sing with me. I mean,
Okay.
you got fans singing. So it's gonna be a really, really good album. I can't wait. That's why we're gonna be very like careful with how we put it out, when we put it out, because
Okay.
everybody like, yo, John, this is the one. So I'm
You're gonna
talking about,
definitely put it out before the end of the year, right?
I don't know, man. Because you know when you know you get to the,
Jonathan, we can't wait that long. After hearing your world, we can't wait that long.
I'm
Mm-mm.
just, you know how you get to the Christmas thing, and Christmas kind of just interrupts everything. It interrupts all the music industry. So I don't know.
Okay, I
I'm
give
thinking,
you that. Yeah, I give you that. But if it's almost finished, come on with it, man. We need
oh
that right
no,
now.
it's pretty much done. We could drop it
Okay.
tomorrow, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's that done. It's done. But yeah, we're just gonna figure it out, and you know, do one of these, and you know, figure out, you know,
Okay.
good time, and but no, it's done. I'm really excited about it, and I'm just really excited to. One day, a lady prophesied to me and said, "Jonathan, one thing you're gonna help this generation with is rest." Now that's crazy. That hit me weird because I'm not the most restful person on the planet. I'm not.
You and
I'm
me both, bro.
come on. I overthink. I
Huh.
stay up overworking. I'm not that dude. I'm always feeling like I got to do a little bit more, to you know, to just to get half as far. But at the end of the day, she was like, "No, you're going to model to people what it means to rest in the finished work of Christ." So that's crazy. But I do see, as I look back at some of these song titles and some of the stuff I was talking about, it's
Mhm.
all about resting in God and His
Yeah.
sovereignty and trusting Him and not tripping so much.
Yeah. Yeah. We have to relax, and I'm guilty of it just like you are. My coworkers tell me all the time, Beyonce, you go, go, go. We don't know how you do it. What kind of batteries do you use? Like you just go, go, go. And you're right. Sometimes you have to be still. I put a post on social media last week. Peace, be still. Because sometimes you need that quiet time and just talk to God and just know what's going on around you. You know what I mean? That one-on-one with you and him. And so I get it. I get it. But we still running, right? We still running.
We're gonna run, but even the way we run is different when you know that God's in control of it. You know, you
Yeah.
can kind of do your thing, you can plant your seeds and not be so connected to the results. I mean,
Mm,
that's the thing that really stresses you out. It's one thing when you are doing the work, it's another thing when you're doing the work and then hoping that it all works out and hoping
yeah.
that everybody loves it and hoping that all the other stuff. That's just too much. That's too
Yeah.
much. Do your thing, do what God called you to do. But after that, you just got to rest that it was finished. You got to rest that it was blessed. You have to rest that you're favored, and you have to rest that whatever God has for you is gonna be for you, and you don't have to do any
Facts.
extra to manipulate the situation. This is shout out to all the single men and the single ladies out there. Hey, rest, rest. I mean,
Guilty as charged.
what
Guilty
is
as
what is
charged.
for you is gonna be for you. You gonna be
Facts.
all right. It might take a little longer because just the era that we're in, and
Hmm.
everybody's working extra hard. Everybody's trying to build a legacy and build this and build that.
Yep.
Maybe might have to wait a little bit longer, but at the end of the day, if it's for you, it will be there for you. And I think what's most important is that you rest in the finished work, the love, the grace, the timing of God. That's way more important than if you got a significant other or not.
Yeah.
God wants you. He doesn't just
That's true.
want you carried.
That's
So
true. You
all
said
of that.
that, bro.
Yeah.
True. Okay, so I know, you're busy with your music and all, just came off the tour and you need some rest. I get that, but where can we catch you? You got something coming up, even if it's like next month, couple months from now. Where can we catch you next?
We're gonna be chilling for a second. I think
Okay.
we're trying to figure out how we're gonna roll out the album. There was there is a possibility it could come out as soon as October, and so with that will come a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of touring, a whole bunch of dates, and just other things to make sure that everybody knows about it, You know, I
Okay.
a lot of stuff, but we're still figuring all that stuff out. I think that the tour was such a monster that everybody needs to come down and kind of really see what just happened.
Yeah.
Me included. And so I even have strength and voice to, keep doing stuff for this last quarter. So we're gonna wait. Like you never seen me on here and say, we'll see what happens. But that's the rest of God talking. That is the
Yeah.
rest talking. But I've done my part.
Yeah.
I've done the
Okay.
best and we're gonna see. And so just keep it locked. JonathanMcReynolds.com. Social media, Instagram is a little crazy with the algorithms. So make sure you be just coming to my page a few times and make sure you don't miss nothing.
Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna be working. But I think we're gonna be working a little differently for the first time in like 10 years, and that's
Wow.
kind of waiting to see when it's a good time and just being smart.
Okay. Can't wait to hear it, man. Ooh, if you kicking it off with your world, I cannot wait to hear this album. So happy for you. So proud of you. Please continue to do what you do because, like Kirk said, you are the next generation of gospel music. Your voice is just so distinct and so amazing. I've been in radio over 20 years, Jonathan, and there are certain voices that are just so distinct, and that's so rare. And you have one of those voices. So keep using your voice to uplift the name of Jesus. Keep being a great example as a Black man, a young Black man. Keep doing what you do. Stay humble. And I appreciate you. Keep making that great music that we can get our praise to.
So thank you so much, Beyonce. I love you.
I love you back, man. Keep up the great work. God bless you.
See y'all. Thank you.